You know guys, before I get into anything today, I just wanted to let you guys know that the last couple of streams I've done over the last few days have been extremely successful. They've been extremely fun. Lots of funny moments, lots of great talks that we had, and I just wanted to give a huge shout out to everybody that's been pulling up to the streams. If you got yourself a new memby, go ahead and just show me down in the comments below. And as far as future streams go, I'm a college student, so any chance that I get to make time for it, I'll throw one up for you guys. We had some fun moments, and one of the things that we talked about in the last stream I did was the Call of Duty skins, and whether or not they belong in Call of Duty, whether or not we should have a filter to turn them on or off from our perspective, and this entire thing about just giving people the choice to do that if they wanted to. I'm not saying we entirely disable the skins, but at least giving you the option to have a filter to turn them on or off, for whatever reason, is a controversial thing to talk about. What? And you already know which group of people has a problem with this being a thing. Oh my god, you can't afford the skin to say that. If you're broke, just say that. I mean, guys, if you checked out yesterday's stream, we saw a lot of short bus patriots, okay? These guys will rally for the short bus and really take it to everybody else that doesn't like the skins and make it blatantly obvious to them where they stand on the spectrum. But before I get into it, guys, you already know what to do. I'm gonna need you to leave a like on today's video. If you don't, we're gonna have to make that noise. You know what it is. Oh my god, the Call of Duty skins make me feel like I'm not a virgin! Also, subscribe if you're new. You already know what to do down in the comments below. Hashtag Fooly50. We've been making great progress, guys, but check this out. This comes out from Detonated, which is, I guess it's Dyke Dynamite's news account. I don't know, he's trying to be like Doug Dimmadome Warzone. Fuck you, Doug! Yeah, great person to bite off of. Anyways, he comes out with this tweet from like a week ago. He says, I wouldn't mind an option in hashtag Call of Duty to turn off player cosmetics. And I'm assuming this idea comes out of one of Exclusive Ace's recent videos where he talked about how the immersion and the whole milsim situation in Call of Duty has kind of been washed away, and there's an uprise in a lot of goofy skins. And it's not even just goofy skins. I talked about this on stream. There are certain skins that are kind of pushing the line. Even some skins that I would consider kind of okay to exist in Call of Duty, but for the most part, we're talking about real cringy, goofy skins. Okay, I personally think all of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle skins are all cringe. They don't look good. They look absolutely hideous. I took a shit yesterday morning that looked like these skins. And then there's several other skins throughout Call of Duty in the last few years that you could just look at and just shake your head at, man. Like, you just know this doesn't belong in Call of Duty, okay? Whether it's Nicki Minaj, or it's like the reindeer bundle, or the dog bundle, or the cat bundle. I don't know what type of agenda Activision's trying to push on us. I don't know where the art designers are getting their ideas from. Something tells me it's kind of freaky, and I don't really want to get into it, but a lot of people seem to really like them. As a result, they run them very, very often in their game. They start twerking and shaking ass for Activision, start throwing pennies at them, and then they get a skin out of it. Then they take those skins into our lobbies, and we try playing multiplayer regularly, and it's just filled with the cringiest people I've ever seen. And I think Exclusive Disgrace actually put up a pretty good argument, or at least a very good option for us in the future, where what if we just had a filter on or off option for these skins? Not saying that these skins wouldn't be allowed in the game anymore. No, if you want them in the game, if you really want to twerk ass for Activision that bad, you do you, man. That's your choice. But the takeaway should be, we get the choice as to whether or not we even see them. And this whole filter on or off option is essentially, if I turn this filter on, whatever goofy skin you're running will just look like a regular character in the game. Now, I don't know why the Gooch Lickers would be opposed to this, because all it is just giving us a choice. It's not banning your goofy skins. It's not making you any less cringe in or out of game. It's just giving us the option to not see it. That's it. What the hell? And Dyke Dynamite's news account actually runs a poll for almost 10,000 people, and they say, which are better, goofy skins or realistic skins? And realistic skins won by a pretty large margin. However, it needs to be noted, and this is something that a lot of people were talking about in chat yesterday, and they were talking about this on my community post about this. It's very likely that Activision is not doing anything like this. The reason for it is the people that dislike the goofy skins, not only will I admit that we are the minority in this case, but at the same time, what is selling more? What is giving Activision significantly more revenue? The goofy skins and the gooch slickers, the people that shake it for Activision. These guys are essentially what Activision wants in their game 24/7 because they produce the most revenue for them. Now, I saw a lot of horrible takes about this. I saw several takes like, hey, this isn't a milsim. If you want a milsim, go play Arma, go play Battlefield.
Oh, brother!
And this sort of like very super tunnel vision thinking, very close-minded thinking, is exactly why we don't progress anywhere in Call of Duty, okay? What exactly is the big deal if you are running a goofy skin? How in any way, shape, or form are you hindered by somebody who filters it on so that whatever you're running, if you want to run around as the short bus driver, that's okay, but I don't want to see that nonsense. And so from our perspective, you just have a regular skin. What is the problem? Like, how does that affect you negatively? And it doesn't mean that just because we don't like these goofy skins that we want Call of Duty to be a milsim. Because I made this point on stream. One of Call of Duty's closest games to ever being a milsim was MW 2019, and that was not the reason I disliked MW 2019. I didn't like MW 2019 because they had this focus on milsim skins. At least initially. I disliked that game because it was utter garbage.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass.
At the end of the day, if you want realistic skins, why don't you go play Battlefield and Arma? You're completely and entirely missing the point of this entire post of just giving people the option to not see it. It's an option. How are you against an option? You can have your thing off if you want to see nothing but cringe on your screens 24/7. That's probably why you got so much brain rot. You can keep it off. And just tying this back into the reason why so many people run goofy skins and why Activision will continue to have goofy skins and very specifically not include an option like this. People were mentioning this on stream and chat as well. The logistics behind actually pulling that off. I don't think Activision has the talents or the skill set to actually do that. But on top of that, I just personally feel like there would be so many horrible bugs to come out with this. I mean, a lot of people were talking about this. Probably going to be some issues with the hitboxes. The bullet registration's probably going to be all wonky. It's probably going to cause some sort of server-side lag or latency. And that's not really what I want to see in Call of Duty. So logistically, I can't even see Activision doing this. But even if they could, I still don't see a world where they actively choose to make this a thing. Because, and this is one of the biggest things I talked about, when it comes to something like skill-based matchmaking or EOMM or whatever you want to call it, Activision has specifically made it so that anybody that buys these goofy skins will be placed in short bus lobbies more often than not. And what happens when you're in these short bus lobbies? I mean, you're running around like Korean Savage dropping nukes on disabled girls. The pissers in those lobbies will look at your skin forcefully and say to themselves, oh my gosh, that's a cool skin. Maybe that's why this guy's so good. I want to run as a Ninja Turtle that looks like a goddamn ape. And thus that cycle begins where Activision just has that infinite money glitch, okay? And it's crazy because I know a lot of gooch slickers out there, again, they say if you don't like these goofy skins that you're just broke. And in the same breath, they'll tell me something stupid like, oh, you're just hating for views and money. So my question is, which one is it? Am I hating for infinite money or am I broke? Which one is it? Because you guys clearly do not make any goddamn sense. And on top of that, whether we want to admit it as the Call of Duty community or not, even the people watching today's video, of course, we don't want these goofy skins in the game. That doesn't mean we want it to be a complete and utter milsim. There's other skins in the game that could actually exist, and they're not considered goofy skins, and they're not milsim skins. And no matter how hard we try to push that idea or that fact on people, especially the gooch slickers, there's always going to be another gooch slicker out there that will push nonsensical agendas and messages. This is a tweet that I found from the exact same detonated Dyke Dynamite Goochlick account. The same guy that's trying to run this whole like, hey, do you want this filter on or off? Look guys, realistic skins were voted better than goofy skins. In the same breath, this moron will have a tweet out like this: unrealistic skins will always be better than milsim ones in Call of Duty. And you could say he's trolling. Honestly, I don't care if he's trolling. This man belongs on the goddamn watch list because you cannot just tweet something like that out, get 1.8 million views on it, and then claim rage bait on other people. You know what I'm saying? This is where the gooch lickers really need to look in the mirrors and tell them, do I want to be a regular human in society? Or do I want my human rights stripped away? Because obviously, if you're trolling, this is what your intent is. But if you're not trolling and something tells me there's a chance he's also not trolling, you're just outing yourself to be a complete and utter moron. And the gooch lick followers out there, they're gonna look at this and be like, oh my god, I want to run the Duck Duck Goose skin. Oh my god, I love Nicki Minaj! There's a lot of nonsense out here in the Call of Duty community, and somebody like myself, I'd like to call it out because I don't support this nonsense. But if I'm gonna be called a rage baiter for it, and that I'm gaining money out of this, and that's my only incentive to make videos is money, please understand the powerhouse cycle that Activision is running that gives them infinite money through you. And the people that try to call us out here on Twitter that are actively doing the exact same thing, and these guys are really trying to paint themselves as creators that have this great community of people that follow and worship them, when in reality, you're just promoting Activision's nonsensical agenda upon gooch lickers.
Dumbass!
If quote-unquote rage baiting is somehow worse than that, I don't know what to say about society anymore, but something tells me the actual insincere people are the people that are running these accounts, pushing this agenda on their followers, actively pushing them to spend money for Activision's sake, not even for their sake. And then we have this nasty cesspool of absolute short bus riding idiots. Again, I don't want a milsim necessarily. What I want is the ability to turn on or off that cringy ass cosmetic that you, for whatever ungodly reason, have spent money on. And if some way, somehow you correlate that in your brain to you're broke, the only thing broken is the education system, and I'm so sorry that your teachers and parents failed you. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all this. If you worked at Activision, would you give the players the option to have this filter on or off? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.
This ain't in my body.